Alright, I'm back with another video. Today's gonna be no gaming, but a tier list of Valorant agents and what I think is some of the best to some of the worst agents in the game. And I here have it sorted out from smokes to initiator to sentinel to duelist. So with Astra, I would say she is not played as much. She is decent. If you find, I mean, she's just not really played that much. I feel like she just smokes. I mean, yeah, she has a pull and the stun, but I feel like she overall, like, you don't, she's hard to use, first of all. So no one really picks her, just because she's a hard agent to learn right off the bat. And her util is, again, really confusing. I want to say D or F, just because she isn't played as much and her kit is just hard to use in general. Very hard to use. Brimstone, I'd put at A or B. Very good, but he's very situational as well. Like, he's good on certain maps, but not all maps. Like, if you pick him on Lotus, you don't really see it picked on Lotus. You don't really see it picked in a majority of the maps, really. He's playable on those maps if you need to smoke, and the only person they know how to play is Brim, I guess. But I think he would be B. I think he's B. I think B is fine. I think B is fine for where Brim's at. His util is good. His molly's really, really good. They just nerfed him, though. They nerfed his molly where it can't go through walls no more. Same thing with Viper. They nerfed that with Viper. So it does take away a little bit of his kit. It is a little bit of a nerf, but I think it was a much needed nerf just because it was a little bit broken. But I think B is a good spot where he could be placed at. Again, it's a very situational pick. Like Ascent is probably what his best map. Bind, he's pretty good on Bind, not gonna lie. Again, he's just a very situational pick. If you're good with that character, like 2 maps out of the whole rank pool right now, if you pick on an Icebox, you're kind of just throwing. No one picks him on Icebox. But again, it's just a situational. Same thing with Astra. I'm pretty sure Astra is actually really good on all maps. It's just she's just hard to play, so no one picks her. Next we have Clove. Now, when she first came out, she was broken, straight up broken. Everyone was playing her. Her smokes were good. Everyone was playing her like a duelist. You go in, you die, you come back alive. She was broken the first week. But the one thing I've noticed was when she came out, her smokes lasted like 4 seconds. They just didn't last long at all. Compared to like Omen or Brimstone, smokes just wouldn't last long at all. And I always said that she sucked for entering because if you're about to enter a site and you're barely getting the bomb down, smokes would dissipate immediately. And it was just annoying. And I didn't like that about Clove, that her smokes lasted about 6 seconds or something like that. But it was a short time period. And even to this day, I don't like Clove smokes just because they don't last as long as Omen or Brimstone. But I think she is extremely good. She is picked a lot. People might get mad if I put that, but I'm saying Clove is an A tier in my opinion. She's really good if you're never played smokes before, or if you're feeling and you don't want to play the other agents. Clove is really good. One, because she plays like a duelist and she doesn't really play like a smoke. And she has overheal, and she has the little invulnerable thing where it drops you down like 50 HP or something like that. So I'd put her at A. I think she's really good. She's decent on all maps. She doesn't really have a bad map. Next, we have Harbor. And Harbor, again, he's just like Astra. Nobody plays him. There's only like one map that people play him on, and that's, what's the map called? Pearl. That's his map, so it makes sense. But Pearl's not even in the rank pool, so there's no reason to play Harbor. It could be used in Icebox. I have used him in Icebox, and he does pretty well, but as a second smoke, he does well. Harbor and Viper combined together are really good. They, on Icebox at least, they are really good. Same thing, I think you could probably use them on Breeze. You just have to find a way to use them, but not as like a single smoke. There's no way. You'd have to have 2 smokes with Harbor. Harbor, I would put like D or F maybe. Probably like D or F. Probably D. His like Clove ability, or whatever it's called, the Cove, I think it is, where it stops bullets, that's really good, but he's just not played a lot. Actually, maybe C. His ult is extremely good. Again, the only maps you play him on are Icebox and Pearl. Since I've been playing, nobody's used Harbor once. Maybe the enemy team has, and they lost. It wasn't good. Again, he's a good smoke to bring as a secondary, but not as a primary. If you have Harbor as a primary, you're gonna lose the game. But unless the other team just sucks and they don't know what the hell they're doing. But Harbor is a good secondary smoke, or to bring along as a secondary, but not as a main. Next we have Omen. Omen, I think he would be S. Not gonna lie. He's dominated year after year in terms of smokes. He has a blind, he has a TP, he has a teleportation across the map TP. He's just really good as a smoke in general. He has he's good on every map. He doesn't have a bad map. And if you don't know who to play as a smoke, just play Omen. He's good on every map. Doesn't matter what map it's on. Good on legit every map. Maybe Icebox would be his like weakest map, but even then, he's still good on that map. I would put him at S. Everyone plays him. Every game you'll see an Omen at least. Minimum an Omen. If not, the game after that, you'll see an Omen. Omen's played every single game. His kit is extremely good. His smokes are huge. They last a decent amount of time. His blind, his near sight is annoying. Stops pushes all the time. TP gets places where, you know, Jett, Raze can get to. Other agents can't. So he just makes for really good outplays. He's just a good agent overall. I would put him at S. I think he's dominated the smoke role for ever. I think he deserves S. People might put him at A, but he's just so good. I think he deserves S. Viper, like D. She got nerfed and she just sucked. Her wall sucks now. She can't pick up her orb no more. You don't really see her played after the nerfs. Snakebite, she only has 1 now. And they nerfed that too. So not much need to be said about that. But Breach as an initiator, I feel like he's very underrated. I feel like a lot of people don't pick him, but he's so damn good. So damn good. But nobody picks him for some reason. My friend plays him a lot, and he does really good with him. You should pick him more often. You probably win some more games. I feel like he's a really good initiator, but no one picks him just because they don't know how to play him. He doesn't give out info, but he just stops, pushes, he gets free kills. His ult just takes the whole site. He is good, but nobody uses him. He's so underrated. I wish more people picked him. I feel like he's really good on Sunset. Really good on Sunset. He'd be good on what other map? Lotus? He's decent on Lotus. He's not bad. I'd rather have him over Sova on Lotus, because Sova on Lotus is really hard, but he's really good especially if Fracture comes back into the pool, he just dominates. Really good. I don't think he's really been touched, like nerfed or buffed. I think he had a little bit of a nerf or like a buff / nerf with his little shock wave thing that blasts through the wall. I think he's like A or B. I'll put him on B. Just because he has a lot of weak maps and he only has like 2 good maps, I would say, right now in the rank pool. Fade, she's really good. She is, I would say, a B as well. She's a good initiator. Again, she has good maps. She has bad maps. Icebox, you can hide around the Fade Eye pretty easy. Her ult gets every site pretty much. She's really good on bind. She's good on bind. She's good on ascent if you know how to use her. Well, I don't even know what the rank pool is right now. Oh, Haven, that's right. She's good on Haven. Abyss is a horrible map. It's abysmal. That's what the map should be called. Abysmal. That map it just sucks. I don't like it. It's alright. Maybe I'll get used to it. I hated Sunset when it first came out. Now I kind of like Sunset. But Abyss is terrible. I don't like it. Fade is pretty, yeah, Fade's good on Ascent. She's good on Bind. She's good on Lotus. Extremely good on Lotus. Good on Sunset. She's good on Haven. So she's really good right now. A lot of people don't pick her. They just, I don't know. I feel like she's really good with Raze on Lotus. They just combo the nade with the Fade Tether. But again, she's just a good agent overall. Her dogs get a lot of info. Her eye gets a lot of info. She's a good agent. I would put her at B or maybe even A as an initiator. Yeah, maybe A. Pretty good, but no one really picks her. Gekko, maybe B. I'd put Gekko B. If I have a Gekko on my team, I'm like, yes, I don't have to plant the bomb. That's what I think every time I see a Gekko on my team. But a lot of the times I feel like Gekko just throws. I don't know why, but I feel like if you pick Gekko, you are throwing. No idea why. I feel like you're going to throw the game. If I see a Gekko on my team, I'm like, yes, I don't have to plant. But then as soon as I see him pick up the bomb, not planting the bomb, I'm like, yep, it's going to be one of those games. And we just lose. I think overall, Gekko is pretty good. Flashes is pretty good, especially through smokes. You just, can't time it. You walk through, you're dead. You can shoot it out. It takes like a bullet or 2. His little wingman throws out on spike, cusses you if you get hit with it. His ult, no, that's annoying. His ult is pretty damn good. I'd actually maybe put Gekko at A as an initiator as well. He's just really good. His ult just KJ ults you basically. You can't do anything. You're moving like slow as hell. No gun, no abilities, no nothing. Free kill. You're dead. So I'd put him at A. He's actually really good. Now when I think about it, I kind of want to put Clove more down. And we'll rearrange if we need to later on. I think Gekko at A is alright, in my opinion. He's a good initiator. You'll see him more than Skye, maybe. I see him more than Skye in my games. Not a lot of people play Skye anymore. After her Skye nerfs with her flashes, no one really picks her. Now that she gets only like 2 and they don't recharge no more. I see Geckos more than Fade, and I see Geckos more than Kayo. Let's see where we place Kayo at. Kayo he's really good. He's a really good character. Maybe S. Probably an S tier character, I would say. Knife gets so much info, stops your abilities, can't do nothing. So that's already 2 for 1 with 1 ability. Know where they are and how many of them they are. It just stops all their abilities. They can't do anything for like 7 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever it is. Extremely good. His flashes, right click, short distance, left click, far distance. Flashes are really good, especially for helping your teammates out, get some free kills. Really good. He's just a good initiator. He's an extremely good initiator. His nade is pretty decent. It's all right. It used to stop KJ ult. Now I don't think it does anymore. Unfortunately, I think his nade is still good. If you flash it, throw a nade behind a box, and you know they're there, free kill. He's a really good agent. His ult stops anything. No abilities for like 10 seconds. It is, I don't know, 10-15 seconds. Can't do anything. Huge AoE. He's just a good. If you have his ult, you're guaranteed the site. Guaranteed the site, free bomb plant, everything. Now you just gotta win post plant. He's a really good initiator. He's probably the best initiator. Skye, probably B. Her dog's good, but all of her util just gets shot out like fast. If you do get stunned with it or hit with it, then it does get kind of annoying. Her flashes are easy to dodge. She doesn't get as much anymore. Once you use both of them to get onto site, you really have nothing else. So that's kind of annoying. I guess you could say the same about Kayo. He only has 2, but even then, Skye uses both of her flashes off bat. Like you never see her saves one at all. But her dog is decent. She gets a lot of info going in, but then they could get shot out from far away. So that's I guess you can too, but you're gonna use it close quarters. Then you would just eye out at that point. Eye out and then maybe a dog. But like the fact that you have to control legit every single part of her kit except her ult. But I think her kit it's all right. There's no bad initiators. If I have any of these initiators on my team, I won't be mad about it. There's no bad initiators, unlike smokes. Like if I see an Astra, I'm like, oh my god, we lost. If I see a Viper on a certain map, I'm like, why the hell do we have this? It's gonna be so hard to enter site. And that's the thing with smokes is like if you hit one site and you back off, like say you have Viper, you want to hit B, wall off B, and then you decide not to hit, you decide to rotate, then you have no more smokes. So she's just bad. Next we have Sova. Sova's my favorite initiator to play. I'd put him at A. This is in no order, by the way. I'm just placing it here. There's no high A, low A. I'm just placing it there in base of the order of the initiator name. Sova, his dart, extremely good. They didn't nerf it, so now he only gets 2 scans instead of 3. His shock darts, they used to do a crap ton of damage. They still do a crap ton of damage. They're really good. Almost free kills. They do a lot of damage. Even if you don't get a kill, you're taking away half their health. Extremely good. His drone lasts for a decent amount of time, pings them, scans them for 4 seconds. Extremely annoying to play against. His ult, post plant situation, you ult him, they're dead. He's just a really good initiator. Get info early on to the game and then get info late into the game. His dart recharges, recon dart. So he gets about 2 per round if you know how to use it correctly. So I would place him at A. He's just really good of an initiator. You see a lot more Sovas than you do see Skyes. Sova's just an easy agent to play, really. You just dart one place and you get info and your job's already done. Chamber, I'm biased with Chamber. I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased with Chamber. I play him on Breeze and I play him on Icebox, which I think are his 2 best maps. As a Sentinel, I'd put maybe like a C in terms of doing your job, which is stopping, slowing down the enemies, whatever, get onto site, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Sentinel. Gadget thing where to place down or whatever, I think it sucks. Sucks in the terms where once you're out of range, it just disables. That's what I don't like about it, is that it disables now. I feel like if they just leave it to where it's like Cypher where you leave and you just have it on, that would be good. His chamber TP, I feel like maybe they could keep that the same. Or maybe add 2, but a lower range. But then he'd be back to like broken chamber again, I guess. Or just keep the 2 TP and then keep the out of range shootout thingy. I don't even know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. I think he's just a really good. He has a free op every so often. He has a deagle. You could buy X amount of rounds you want, up to 8, so 800, pretty much a deagle. I don't know. I think I would place him at B, but as a Sentinel, I would place him at C for stopping the enemies. I mean, yeah, he does stop them. It slows them. I wouldn't say stop, but he's more of a duelist than a Sentinel. I guess the only thing that makes him a Sentinel is the fact that the slow or whatever. Like that's the only thing. Everything else is kind of, he has a deagle, he has an op, he has a get out of jail free card. Basically a duelist at that point. You just go in, TP out, and you live. So I'd place him at C. I think he's fair at C. Cypher, extremely annoying. Maybe S tier, maybe A tier, depending on who you are as a person. Extremely annoying to play against. I'd place him at S. He's good on almost every map. Good on Ascent, good on Bind, good on Lotus, extremely good on Lotus, extremely good on Sunset. Haven, yeah, I guess he works on Haven. Abyss, I played him on Abyss. I played him on Abyss. He's pretty good on Abyss. So he's good on almost every single map except for like 1 or 2, maybe 1, realistically. but he's good on every map. He's annoying to play against. His trips, you're across the map, you can see where everyone's at. You have your camera up, you have your cages there. Everything is just annoying. All my friends hate playing against him. They see a Cypher on the site, they get pissed, they go to the site, they're never hitting that site ever again. He's an S tier character. Deadlock, gosh, I think she's horrible. I don't like a Deadlock on my team at all. I hate Deadlock. She's the worst Sentinel. She's the worst character in the game in general. All she does, she's basically just a useless agent. Whatever noise making ability where you like, if you make noise, you get stunned. It sucks. If you're flanking, first of all, if you're flanking, you're not gonna make any noise. So that's already out of the question. Her wall is the only decent thing about her kit. Legit, her wall is the only good thing about it. If you are caught in the net or whatever, and you're crouched for 20 seconds, I think it is. I don't even know how long it is. So maybe it's infinite now. I don't know if they changed it or not. She still sucks. You know what? Astra going D tier. Deadlock, she's just horrible. I hate Deadlock. If I see a Deadlock on my team, I know I lost for sure. There's just no point in picking Deadlock over all these other Sentinels. Like, there's actually no reason to. KJ, maybe A or B. I'd place her at A. Maybe I'm biased. I play KJ a lot. She's really good as a Sentinel. She's, again, good on Ascent. I like playing on Ascent. Good on Bind. Bind right here. Icebox. She's alright on Icebox. Lotus. Extremely good on Lotus. Sunset. She's usable. I don't really see KJs on Sunset. Haven. She's pretty good. And Abyss. Maybe she's good on Abyss. I don't know. But overall, she's just a good Sentinel. If I see a KJ, I'm not going to complain. She's really good at stopping enemies. Stopping defeat like the plants. Post plants. She's just a really good Sentinel overall. She's probably the best Sentinel next to Cypher in the game. Next, we have Sage. Sage is a tricky one. I'd place her like at C. I mean, she's pretty good on Split, but I feel like that's her best map is Split. She doesn't really do good on any other maps. And I just don't, unless you're a Sage one trick. I've seen Sage one tricks do good on most maps, but majority of the time, if I see a Sage on any other map that isn't Split, it's like, what are you doing? Why would you go? Or even if I pick KJ, they go Sage. Then it's like whatever, because I'm already a Sentinel, so I can stop the flanks. And that's the thing, she has nothing to secure flank. Same thing with Deadlock. She has nothing to secure flank because they can just silently walk past it. Sage, you kind of just like entry site, and you just slow down like strong points where they can enter from. Other than that, she's all right. Like post plant, you kind of just waste your util getting onto site, and you have like nothing really for post plant. Your walls used to plant. Your slows are used to hold chokes, and that's about it. Maybe you have one slow, but she's a C at best. Next, we have Duelist. Here we have Jett. Jett, I would say she's really good. Maybe, I don't know if I would put her at S or A. I feel like right now there isn't that many S tier Duelists, or even, I guess Jett would be close just because she's overall a good Duelist. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if I would put Jett S. I would maybe put Jett A tier. I don't know. She's a tricky one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's like the main duelist for every single map, and she's good on every single map regardless. I feel like she kind of just goes in and dies, and that's basically what she's meant for, is to go in and die, just because she has nothing to really help her. Maybe her smokes, I guess, but even then, once they're gone, she's just exposed out in the open, and you expect your team to be out. But I don't know, maybe A. Same thing with ISO. I think I'd put him at A. That first week when he got buffed, he was S. He was the best character in the game. Like, broken character in the game. You just didn't want to play the game no more. Absolutely broken. But now, they kind of nerfed him, so I'd put him at A tier. I think ISO stands I don't know. He's like, if you pick ISO now, he's not really a throw pick like Deadlock. But I feel like he's maybe after the nerfs again. Maybe like B. Not really A. I would have said like S or A when he was broken. But now that they nerfed him, I would say maybe B tier. I don't know. It's like between B and A. I'll keep him at B, I guess. I'll keep him at B. Not low B. It's just B in general. But he's all right, I guess. He's just all right. I don't know. I would say B is comfortably where I would put him at. Realistically, yeah, I'll keep him at B. B or A. It's between those two. Not really S anymore. Neon, like C or D. Yeah, maybe like C. She's not as good as ISO. If I see a Neon over an ISO, I'd be like, yeah, I'd rather have an ISO. But I don't know. She's just all right. That's all I can really say. She's just all right. Her sprint's good. Her stuns are good. Phoenix, I'd put him up there with B. Yeah, I mean, he has flashes. He can heal himself multiple times. His ult is extremely good to entering sight. You get 2 lives, basically. Yeah, I would put him at B, along with ISO. But I'd put him at B. I think he's fine at B. I don't know. He's just all right. Again, he's just an all right character. He's average. Raze, put her at A. I'd have to put Jett at S, I feel like. Or maybe they could both be at A. I think they could both be at A, to be honest. I think I'm fine with that. Again, her nades, really good clearing out spaces. Her satchel's good for getting space. And her little boom bot, boop, it's good for clearing angles.
else, she's really good on buying. I think she's really good. Her util's the best. The only thing that she has that sucks is her ult. Her ult is the worst thing ever. It's so bad. Like I actually just hate it. You shoot at their people's feet and they survive with 140 HP. Takes off in 10. It makes no sense. They need to buff it. It needs to be like Aurelion Soul ult where you just drops and the whole thing just blows up into like the whole map just gets a shockwave of it. That's what should happen with Raze ult. Once you get this, it should pop and then like a small little radius, just boom. You know what I mean? Like it's the same company, right? Games, do something with it. This ult sucks. This ult sucks. The ult is like this ult's probably better than this one. At least you're guaranteed to kill. And 90% of the time you're guaranteed to kill with Deadlock. This, it's a 50-50. It's either you get it or you don't. It just sucks. But other than that, her util is just overall good. Reyna, I'd put her at B. She recently got buffed with the ISO and continued to stay at that state. Her dismiss, she speeds around. She is extremely fast, like goddamn fast. It's like when she's in her ult. Her lifesteal, her ult lasts now permanently. So that's a good, it's an annoying buff. It's a good buff for her and Reyna mains, but it's an annoying buff to see. She's really good now. She's better than before. Before she'd probably be like here. Now she's up here. Her leers easily get shot out. If you're far enough, you won't get hit by it. She's all right. She's an all right character. I won't be mad if I see Reyna. Sometimes they'll just go lurking for some reason. I don't know why they think they're a sentinel to go lurk. They're not. They're just, it pisses me off. I'd put it at B. Yoru, maybe like C. C or B. Between these two, you can place them wherever you want. I'd place him at C. His flashes are good. I didn't know this until recent, but apparently you can't see where he throws the flashes from, only where they bounce off of. I didn't know that. I thought every time people would chuck it right in front of their eyes and they would pop the flash, I was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. I wouldn't know where the hell that flash is coming from. Apparently not. You don't see anything. It's stupid. I was like, well, I didn't know that. I'm an idiot. But his ult is pretty good. It's always been all right to getting info. Clearing a lot of space, pop out with the shorty, boop, boop, you're dead. He's just an overall decent duelist, I would say. You don't really see him played a lot unless you're a one trick or you're trying to troll. Those are the only two people that play Neon. I mean, Yoru. You know what you're doing. You're a one trick. You want to troll, or you're a 5-stacking duelist. Those are the only people that play Yoru. His fake little dude, that's pretty good as well. It fakes out a lot of people. There's a lot of potential outplays with it as well. I'd put him up at C, no higher. I would say I feel like this is a decent tier list. I think this is a good tier list in my opinion. People might hate it. People might think I'm an idiot. I picked mid to high diamond. Currently gold 3. Haven't played that much. So they the hard reset put me at gold 2. Now I'm at gold 3 and I play like once a day. This is where I would rank the agents in Valorant. I think it's pretty good. Maybe some things can be changed around. Maybe some things could be lower. Some things could be higher. Clove could maybe be B. But I put her at A. Deadlock, she's horrible. She could stay down there. Yeah, she could just, horrible agent, horrible sentinel. Doesn't do her job. The only thing she has going for her is her wall. That's the only thing she has going for her. Even then, you can shoot through this freaking wall. So it's whatever. But this is where I would place all my agents in the game. Maybe we can do Overwatch next. We can see. I don't know. It's a lot harder because I feel like all those characters are. There's not a single bad character. Maybe Ball, but that's just because I don't know to play Ball. But yeah, even then, everyone's not bad. Everyone's like D and above, or maybe like 1 or 2 characters in D. Other than that, there's not like a horrible like pick unless you're just throwing flat out. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you can agree or maybe even disagree with my take here. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is.